Alright, music fans, welcome back. It is I, Dave, the real music observer, the guy who fell off the turnip truck in 1992, 93, yeah, whatever. Observing real music in real time for real people, just like you and just like me here. Talking about Chicago the band, okay? Apparently, they've got a brand new website, redesigned, fine-tuned to include all their new and original members of the group, and basically updating the look and so forth. And lo and behold, the picture and bio of former woodwind player Walt Parazaider has vanished. And a few fans have pointed that out to me, that finally Chicago updated their website. Now, yours truly did a video a few weeks back. By request, somebody said, hey, you should do a video about Walt Parazaider. I had mentioned before that Walter was MIA and nobody is saying anything. Very similar, by the way, to when Jason Scheff went MIA and nobody was talking about it. Nobody was mentioning the new singer, Jeff Coffey, who eventually took over for Jason Scheff. I think the part of that for me that caused... And that was when I was just starting out doing this, and then I took a lot of grief from the people that loved Jason Scheff, and I have to say, in hindsight, I should have been nicer to Jason during that time period, but I think I was more upset about the way they were handling that. They should have just explained it, and then people would have moved on and stopped speculating and so forth. And of course, recently you had the sudden departure of both Jeff Coffey and Tris Imboden. That's Tris Imboden. I often say that wrong. I apologize, Tris. It's Tris and not Triz, in case, well, I've been corrected and I try to keep faithful to the correction when I can. I do say names wrong. The other day I was talking about a band from Sweden, and I thought their name was Cray. It's actually Cry is the name of the band, although it's spelled C-R-E-Y-E. So you could see where you could go either way with that. But you can't really go either way with Walt Parazaider as far as his involvement in Chicago, because he hasn't been involved in Chicago for quite some time. Some people tell me it's about 5 or 6 years now. I know he did appear at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Word has it that Walter's heart isn't what it used to be, and his doctor has recommended that he not go on tour anymore. This has been, a long time. He was one of the founding members of the group. In fact, his basement apparently was where they made their handshake and their blood oath to either quit the band or, die. So right now, Chicago, the only guy who unfortunately has died is, well, Terry Kath, while he was still in the band. There have been other members who've, just gone on and left, so that's different. So you can leave either by death or by just quitting, and apparently at this stage, Walt is no longer in the band and has decided to quit, which, completely understandable. I have no problem with any of that, except it's more or less the way this group operates, almost a little bit in secrecy. And I don't know why, because, look, folks, the fans keep showing up to see Chicago play concerts. And people, not me, but a lot of people are enthusiastic about Neil Donnell as a singer. They are. I have my reservations about Neil, but you look at these turnouts, you look at the pictures that I see on Facebook, and of course, you've got REO Speedwagon and Chicago. I think both of these bands right now are leaning on one another for support, and here's why. Kevin Cronin, vocally speaking, is getting very soft, getting very almost mousy in his delivery. He still sounds good, but his microphone, they need to jack that sucker up, because he's lost all of that stuff that comes from way down. In the early days, you can hear Kevin sing Riding the Storm Out. Originally, he cut a version of that, which wasn't the version that got on the radio. But even prior to the live version, which became epic, Kevin was a guy who sang lower register and higher register. Now it's all up here. and I'm wondering if he's running out of gas. But I mean, he's still in key for the most part. He's still hitting the notes. He seems a little behind the music at times and so forth. On the other side of the coin, you've got, again, a brand new vocalist, and some folks have just said, you know, enough. You had Coffee, you had Chef, you had Cetera, and now you're on number 4 for tenors here. I mean, come on. Now, some people think Donnell is a good singer. I've noticed there have been a lot of positive comments lately made about him. Let's see if he lasts. Let's see if he hangs in there and becomes an integral part of the group. I'm not sure that's going to happen or not. The other issue with Chicago is just the original 3 guys. They're getting up there in years. I know they all want to be like, was it Picasso or whoever keeled over while they were painting and so forth. That's the analogy they want to use. And Peter Chiavarelli has thrown it out there, the manager, who, by the way, probably should be a little bit more proactive when guys join the band or leave the band, so the fans can kind of know what's happening. My opinion on Chicago is, yeah, maybe they've replaced vocalists too many times, and maybe it's just, I know everybody's replaceable over there. But I've noticed that the fans keep showing up for these gigs, and I have to say, some of the audio I hear is pretty decent. They're still putting on a good show. They still have a great lead guitar player by the name of Keith Howland, who I'm a big fan of. That's probably my favorite musician in the band is Keith Howland, because I think he's really got this jazz rock fusion down. I think it's in his bloodstream. I don't think he's just trying to copy Terry Kath. I think he's a really fine guitarist and a guy who probably should get more praise and more notice than he's getting. So anyway, Chicago and REO kind of leaning on each other. Walt is out, and it's official. It's on the website. No announcement that he's out, which again, for diehard Chicago fans and people that just want the free flow of information, I wish these guys would just do a better job at that. But a lot's already happened this year, and they probably did this quietly and said, hey, maybe nobody will notice that we took Walter off the website. And again, the video I did from a few weeks back, maybe they saw that video, not sure. That was a fan who got me that idea, and so I appreciate his input, and we have to just keep doing what we're doing here and just spreading the word about melodic rock music, old and new, and keeping you up to date on some of these things that are happening within these older bands. All right, done with this video. Walter, enjoy your retirement, buddy. You deserved it. You earned it, and let's hope for just a long, happy, healthy life in retirement. See you soon, everybody.